when I got 100,000 subscribers on that other channel, and Blind Mikhail got 100,000 subscribers a long time ago.
Right.
But I was just looking at when I got it on my other channel, there were hardly any YouTube channels that had 100,000 subscribers. It was like in the hundreds.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Now it's like hundreds of thousands have 100,000.
Yeah.
I mean, think about back when Blind Mikhail got 100,000 subscribers. It was like probably none. It was hardly any. It was like Tyler Oakley, these kinds of like Miranda Sings, like these kinds of people. But we were Jefferson Bethke got to it was like we all kind of did that at the same time.
I remember going to one of those YouTube stat websites when we first kind of blew up and stuff, and I remember seeing like, whoa, we're in like the top 200 channels that are people are subscribed. Or no, I think it was top 2,000. Either way, it was
still.
Yeah.
So times are just different, and it's
I'm just grateful, I'm just grateful to be able to still do this.
Me too, and I think that's the thing. Now I don't think it's so much like the view count as much as it's like, are people willing to support you outside of, because they're like, hey, I know that it's difficult to do this for a living, and I like what these guys are saying, so I want them to keep being able to do this.
So it's more beneficial just to be honest than it is to just constantly be trying to clickbait or like chase trends or whatnot.
I would rather get fewer views and have more direct supporters who we
100%.
are like actually like in contact with and friends with.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we've done really well, is like always kind of pushing for supportblindmikhail.com and stuff, so we can actually talk to people and like I mean, some of our closest friends are people who are on support. That's weird to think, wait, I only know you because you've supported us for so long. And then when I think about it, I'm like, that's like kind of strange, isn't that? Like, but it's not strange. It's just it is strange. The people who I am in contact with the most all started from that.
Yeah.
It's strange.
Yep.
It is strange.
Yeah.
So that could be you, by the way. I mean, I'm not joking. Seriously.
I mean, we got BlindMeCon coming up here.
We do have BlindMeCon coming up.
It's crazy to think we've already been doing this for a year almost.
I would like to go back and watch the first episode and see how different it is, because I don't think it's going to be that different, but I know it's going to be very different.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it before we recorded this.
What was it like?
Yeah, it feels a little different, but it's mostly the same.
Really would love to get to that 10,000 every week. I mean, if we could do a podcast that's an hour long and get 10,000 a week, I would feel like, okay, there's... Yeah. Now I feel like I'm still on that edge where it's like, okay, like,
sure,
you know what I mean? Like, we need to have this break soon.
Is this viable? Yeah. Well, and I remember we talked about it. It was like, we just need to commit to it for a year. But
and then assess.
At this point, we're at a year, and it's like, well, it's fun enough. Enough people love it that we give it another year.
Yeah. But that's the goal. That's my goal, at least 10,000 views. Just as a little benchmark.
That's a good goal. How do you get? I don't even know how you get more views on YouTube at this point. All I know is a world where you get fewer and fewer views.
Exactly. That's what. There's a lot of channels out there. If you start searching around, like if you see a video that just randomly pops up, you click the channel, they don't post anymore, and they have 100,000 plus subscribers. They're like normally in the 100 to 200,000 range, and you could just go back and you could see their views steadily decline, and they just stop posting. There's thousands like that.
The only thing that is encouraging to me is seeing how many channels there are that are as old as ours is, and seeing that they don't get the views.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, this is not just us. It's everybody. Yeah. And good on them for continuing to post, because you're right. Most channels just stopped. And I get that.
Yeah.
No shade or anything, because it's a lot of pressure. Like it's just this constant feedback loop of like, okay, I'm putting everything into this video. I think this is going to be the one that does well. Okay, that didn't do well. Well, let me try again. Okay, that didn't do well. Over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's like, is it my fault? And it's like, well, it wasn't really your fault when the videos were doing well. That's kind of... Yeah, that's the thing that I had to adjust in my brain. I was like, it wasn't like...
We hit on something that was just perfect timing, perfect...
We could have been doing anything within that realm, and our channel probably would have continued to grow.
It was hard to mess up back then.
Right.
You
Whereas
could have
now
done
it
things
has to be like perfect.
Yeah, everybody's got a manager. Everybody is so honed in on exactly what like it needs, and it's I don't know. I've noticed a lot of people who have done that now are like it's not worth it, and they scale back to just being themselves.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see the cycle of YouTube.
You just, I think you have to just do it in a way that is healthy, and then just accept that it's going to be whatever level that gets you. That's what I think we've had to do. And honestly, like if we can make a living doing this, I like.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to be super it was stressful when there like hundreds of thousands of views every video. There was like a lot of pressure to make sure every line made sense, and now it's just like okay, only so many people are going to watch this anyway, and the people that watching are like really like us, so.
You can't mess up too much.
You can't mess up too much. Yeah, if you misspeak or say something dumb, then they'll forgiven.
Yeah,
it's not a big deal. So, anyways, as always, we really appreciate the people that are here and stick around and still like us after all this time. One time we got stickers printed that just said, "I still watch Blimey Cow," and that's how I feel about you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Anything else?
No, I don't think. I think that's the end of the episode. We're gonna keep doing the podcast for another year,
and at least another year. All right.
We got. I'm really want to try and get to the 10,000 mark.
Yeah. How do you like? What do you like? If one podcast goes viral one day?
No.
What happens?
No. You just slowly build up the viewership to where you can get around 10,000 every week or every other week who watches.
I think. Maybe it's just. I don't know. We've never really started a new show and like did it for years. So we'll see how this goes, I think there's a lot of people. We get comments from people that say, like, this is the first Blimey Cow video that's shown up in my feed in years.
Yeah. And when Sarah announced the pregnancy on Instagram, and it got like 1.1 million views, and like every comment was, I completely forgot about this guy. Every comment. I completely forgot about this Blimey Cow dude. They didn't even know my name.
So my Instagram just had in their algorithm somewhere like a little note, person has watched Blimey Cow.
Yeah, that is actually what it felt like. Send them the pregnancy. It's so weird. So they're out there, I guess. I don't know.
Or there were just like millions of people that had watched our videos over the years, and so now they could just get thrown this random pregnancy video in their recommended.
Yeah,
and they're like, several of them knew who you guys were.
Yeah.
Many of them.
Who knows?
Crazy.